Welcome everyone to this Besieged developer Q&A. I'm Chris with Edshed, and I was the developer on this game, so feel free during this stream to ask questions about the game. For the next hour or so, I'll be playing through the game just to give it a bit of a demonstration. Yeah, so let's get right into it. So Besieged currently can be accessed straight from the Edshed game site, play.edshed.com. We've got a handy banner for the new game at the top of the games list, or if you land straight onto your Spelling Shed bookmark, the new button should be down by Mastery Zone. So Besieged is a game that comes with your Spelling Shed subscription along with Mastery Zone, and it is powered by the Mastery Zone technology. So once you enter Besieged, you get a new splash screen for the game with a little intro splash screen and a choice of 3 maps to play on, ranking up in difficulty. So today we're just going to be playing the simple Beehive. I've created a new account, and you can probably see that my highest round is 1. That's because I only just started the game just to make sure everything was working. Okay, so straight into the game. Besieged is a tower defense game. If you don't know what that means, it means you're able to place units along a path, and they will protect the end of the path from oncoming enemies. So you can see coming in now is a line of bugs, and the bee that we just placed next to the path is dealing with them. Between each round,
worth, as in value,
you will have a spelling question. So the word is worth, and whenever you get a correct answer, you will gain nectar, which is the resource you use in this game. Also, something I should enable in the settings is the sound effects, just so you hear the nice satisfying bling sounds. Units can be upgraded once you've gathered enough nectar. Units can be purchased and upgraded using nectar. So I'm going to upgrade our bee so that he can sting faster. Speaking of faster, you can make the game faster by pressing the go button again. That'll increase the game speed just to make things a bit faster between spelling.
say, as in to speak.
The word is say. There we go, sound effects are on now. So with each streak you get a bonus nectar. So the strategy in this game is mostly to spell without mistakes, to keep your streak going so that you can get more and more nectar. You may have noticed down here also, we just got a chest. Chests are rewarded for correct answers or given to you after a long period of not correct answers, just as a little pick-me-up just for the game's sake. So to open a chest...
Actually, as in, really.
You have to answer another spelling question. So if I get this one incorrect, you actually get 3 tries.
As in, really.
You get 3 tries at the chess questions. So there's a bit of a chance to learn, and so you don't waste the chest straight away. Once you get it correct, you can open the chest, and you'll get a random power-up. This one, attack speed up. When you activate it, you will get all of your units will attack faster for that round. Just gonna move this away just so it doesn't make any noise. Okay. So on to round 3. You can tell what's coming. It might be a bit small on your screen there, but below the round counter, there is a little ticker that shows how many enemies are coming in this oncoming round. So we can see that there are 20 bugs this time. We don't need to use the power up just now. I think our one fast bee is already fast enough to deal with these guys. Speaking of fast, if you hold down the go button, you go even faster. So there's 3 modes of speed. There's regular speed, fast, and if you hold down the button, it goes even faster.
Motion. As in, movement.
Motion. Say the streak bonus is going up with each correct answer and concurrent correct answer. So we've got some more nectar now. Let's buy another bee. So the regular bee is good for attacking. The honeybee is good for slowing down oncoming enemies. So we're going to place that one here. We still have some nectar left over to upgrade it, so I think we will. Here's a little tactic tip for anyone watching. When you select a unit, you can see this part's targets. Oh, it doesn't look like the... Oh, wait. No, it doesn't look like the capture is actually showing it, unfortunately. I'm capturing the browser rather than the screen, so if you click this button here underneath targets, it does show a drop down of different modes, so I'll read them off. There's automatic, which is what the game thinks will be the best option for that unit, but you can tweak the strategy by targeting the furthest enemy, the nearest enemy, the strongest, and the weakest. For honeybees, I would recommend nearest. So you can see that it's just changed to nearest. Apologies for not showing the drop down, but it is there. So this means that the honeybee will focus on slowing down the nearest enemy to it. We'll see that in action. We'll go on slow so you can watch it. So it'll spit honey to slow down the enemies, and that is just as good as giving our other bee 2 chances to sting the same enemy. So in this round, you'll also notice a new enemy show up, a much bigger bug, inventively named Big Bug. You can see it's taking a lot more hits than the other bugs. They're alright to deal with on their own, but if there's lots of them, it can be a bit of a problem.
As in, bad-mannered.
Rude, like those bugs. So there was a new bug, but now we get a new bee. Meet the Ranger Bee. So this is for long range, and also able to see small enemies like ants. So these are very important to have early game. They're mostly there to make sure you're paying attention. But now we can't afford it. Next round we should be able to, but don't worry, there's no ants just yet. These two should still be able to deal with this oncoming onslaught of enemies. So let's just go back to fast mode. And they make quick work of those. And now this time there's 2 big bugs. So that's the furthest they've gotten so far. It's a bit dangerous. But now we've got 3 big bugs. So they're bound to get further unless we do something about it.
As in, one or other of 2 things.
I need to listen to that again. So you can click the button in the top left if you missed the sound.
Either. As in, one or other of 2 things.
Either.
Either. As in, one or other of 2 things.
Ooh, we are just short on nectar to get a Ranger Bee this turn. We might be alright, but maybe you can see we've got a new chest here.
Separate. As in, divide.
This might contain some nectar. We don't know. Let's find out. Nope, we got a honey bomb, which is very good. Does massive damage to all enemies on screen. So if you're being overrun by a large group of enemies and you just cannot deal with them, you use this power up and it will wipe the whole screen. It's a last resort sort of item. So we don't have enough to buy a Ranger Bee, so I am going to save my money. I believe that we should be good enough to deal with the big bugs this turn. Let's find out. Right, so we slowed them down a bit. They have gotten very far. Oh no. I may have spoken too soon. But now's a good opportunity to show you what happens when the bugs reach the end of the gate. So they deal damage, and you can see we've lost 4 health. Enemies will deal damage to the gate equal to how much health they have left. So because we did a lot of damage to those bugs, they didn't have much left in them to deal damage to us. So your remaining health is the heart icon in the corner of the screen. When that reaches 0, it's game over.
Care. As in, caution.
Okay. Right, so we're good for Nectar this turn. We're going to buy a Ranger Bee. I'm going to place it here. And then see how this turn goes. Now the Ranger Bee is able to help out. So those big bugs don't go as far anymore.
Either. As in, one or other of 2 things.
So you might think we just had this word either, but the idea of Mastery Zone is it will reintroduce words to you again and again until you've mastered them. So it will shuffle the word back into the pool of words just to encourage you to master them. And once you have, they will still come back now and then just to make sure you remember how to spell them. Okay, so we've got some nectar to upgrade. So here's an upgrade for the regular bee. Sweeping Sting. If an enemy is next to the enemy we sting, the stinger goes through and stings them as well. So we're getting essentially 2 hits. So we'll spend it all on that one. And you might see that we'll do a lot more with this, especially since, there we go. When enemies are slowed down, they're grouped together a lot more. Easier to pierce through. So you can see that happening. Let's speed back up. So now our 1 bee is doing the job of 2 bees almost.
Chorus. As in, choir.
Chorus. And now we unlock a new bee, the Spike Bee. This one is short range, so quite the opposite to the Ranger Bee. It's a counterpart essentially. So this one only stings at close range, but it also stings multiple targets. It can also deal with its own specialized enemy, the shielded enemy, which we'll see later. As usual, we can't afford it just yet. Also, I did just get another chest. You might notice it behind my big old head there. It's not super important that you know that it's there, but let's open it.
Circumference. As in, distance around the outer edge of a circle.
Okay. That one I wasn't 100% on. I don't want to embarrass myself on the Spelling Shit channel. Repair Gate. So we took some damage earlier in the game, so now that's been healed with some interest. We started at 250 health up in the corner over here, but now we're at 276. So we definitely made up for that. And that gets applied instantly, so that chest has been spent. I now have a space for a 3rd chest. Right, so we got some money to upgrade, but I do want to save up for that Spike Bee. Quite the predicament. But we've got here up in the corner, we can see there's a level 2 big bug, 2 level 1 big bugs, and then we've got level 3 bugs coming in as well. I will see how this goes. If they manage to get past, I will upgrade the Ranger Bee. But I think Piercing Sting will solve all this for us. Okay, we just dealt... Oh, we got some stragglers. Slow down a bit. See if the Ranger can deal with it. And it did. Perfect. Perfect placement for that Ranger Bee.
Separate. As in, divide.
Now we're starting to get big money each turn. So now the streak bonus has met the amount that you normally get per question. So instead of just 80 nectar every turn, we are now getting 160. That's quite a sizable change. So the further into the game you go, the more nectar you'll earn if you keep that streak. And keeping that streak is essential for having enough units on the board to deal with these enemies. Okay, so for the spike bee, my recommendation is bringing it as close to the start as possible. Because they deal with shielded enemies need to have their shields removed first before other units can attack them. So it's best to have them as close to the start as possible. So the choke point that I'm placing it next to here means that it has multiple chances to attack bugs as they come by. Let's see how this goes. So regular speed, just to see how the spike bee works. You can see that it's hitting multiple targets at once, making it easier for the other units to deal with them. And because it's at a choke point, it's able to hit enemies that are coming back around towards it. You gain nectar as the game progresses, so you can do upgrades between rounds. Right now, I do think I want to increase the range of the Ranger Bee. There we go. Now this ominous shape shown in the next round is a bear. Every 10 rounds, well, starting from round 11, but then at the end of every 10 rounds, you will get a boss encounter.
Rechargeable. As in, can be charged up more than once.
I might get this wrong. Actually, I might get this wrong. Oh no! There goes my streak. It's an E-able. Right. Embarrassing. Yeah, anyone watching, feel free to mock me in the chat. Mr. Spelling Shed over here. Not able to spell to save his life. Literally in this case. That is gonna damage our progress. Okay. Back to the bear. So you can see at the top of the screen now, we're being warned. Bear, level 1. Sharp Clawed Catastrophe. Now, let's just get straight into it. The bear, which you can see in the overlay for the stream, by the way. The bear reaches its claws in. It is heading towards the gate. Your task is to make sure it doesn't reach the gate, because if it does, it's going to deal massive damage. But so long as you have more than one bee on the board, I believe that's enough to deal with the first bear encounter. This encounter is mostly there just to make sure that you're doing well. If you haven't answered a single question correct by this point in the game, you will not be able to survive the first bear. But since I know how to play this game, and I kind of know how to spell, we defeated it. Okay, so after each bear encounter, you get a chance to gain some more health if you answer the question correctly.
Fizzing. As in, making a sound.
Fizzing. Okay, got that one right. So you can see we did get the recovery, and it is a large recovery for the end of the bear. I think it is a 50 health increase. And we just got another chest you might see behind my big ol' head.
Merriment. As in, fun.
Good. So you might be thinking some of these words are quite big, quite complicated words, ones that even me, I cannot spell. This was a mistake on my part, because when you start Mastery Zone, you do what's called a mini diagnostic, which gauges your current stage in spelling. I made the mistake of answering every question correct, so I think the system thinks that I am in the upper echelons of spelling, so it is going to throw some very complex words at me. But if you had a pupil in year 2, for instance, they would be more accurately uh, diagnosed where they are in spelling with that system. The words are only complicated because I made it complicated for myself. Right, so round 12, we survived the bear. We're into the next part of the game. The item I just got, let me just move my big head again, is the Bug Zapper Gate. When you activate it, you might see that the gate is now electrified. It's flashing, it's blue, it's electrified. So whenever bugs touch that, they will get more damage dealt to them than they do to the gate. It also stops the gate from breaking in a pinch. It is a last-ditch effort. So our streak has gone down significantly, but we do need to start upgrading. But my future sight tells me that I need to save up for a second Ranger Bee for what's coming up. Let's just get this round over with. See if we can get it over with. Ooh, that one almost got through. Oh, oh. Okay, we had someone touch the bug. Oh, bug zapper. But that's fine. We got plenty of health. We got plenty of health.
Merriment. As in, fun.
So now we've just started our streak all over again. And because the bug zapper lasts for the turn that it gets used in, so you enable it and it will stay until it gets touched. So don't worry about using it; just use it straight away. And now I'm going to buy a second Ranger Bee because I know ants are coming very soon. Hopefully that pays off. So just another round of bugs. Lots of big bugs. But now we've got a second Ranger Bee, so hopefully they shouldn't reach the end this time. Perfect.
Bare. As in, empty.
Wait. that's a different bear. You have to wait for the as in. Okay, let's make the honey stickier, I think. We need to have the honeybee do a bit more. So I just upgraded the honeybee to give it stickier honey. That's its second upgrade. So first upgrade is just to make it spit a bit faster. Second upgrade means that the honey that it spits stays around a little longer, makes things a bit more sticky. Next round. So you can see the enemies are bunched up a bit closer now. Looks more intimidating, but it actually works better for our units with piercing. Or it would work better if I had more than one bee with piercing. Oh, just about. Nice. Very close. Okay, so that's a new symbol you'll see there.
Microphone. As in, an instrument
hey,
that
what I'm
makes
using right
sounds
now.
louder.
Yeah, microphone. That's what I got. Ow. Right, incoming. We got ants. This is how you get ants. Ants are too small for every other unit to see apart from the Ranger Bees. So this is why I bought a second Ranger Bee rather than a second of anything else. Because you need them to see the ants. The ants are there to sneak past your defenses. So let's see. First off, I got another chest. I should probably use one of my power-ups just so I have to keep moving my head.
Muscle. As in,
Muscle.
body tissue.
Open chest. Open sesame. Oh, bonus nectar. Okay, cool. So the chests you might have noticed have different colors on them. So the wooden chests are the lowest tier. They grant sort of the low end items. It goes up to the red chest, which grants the mid items, and the blue chests, which grant the ultra rare items. All of them can grant any item, but the chances of getting the better items comes out of the blue ones. Also, if you get a health increase or a nectar increase, they scale depending on the rarity of the chest. So we just got a nectar increase from a common chest, so we didn't get as much. But if it was a blue chest, we would have gotten a lot out of that. So we got more ants. Oh, more ants. It's the first time we're seeing ants. So they move fairly quickly. But the ranger bees are the only ones who can see them. So you can see nobody else is paying attention to them. They will still get slowed down if there's honey on the track or if there's like a trap on the track. And later on, if they're on fire, then things that seek out fire will see them.
Hesitation, as in doubt.
Okay. But new bugs, new bees. We now have the Bombus bee. This one is for dealing a lot of damage, and I think getting it now makes a lot of sense. So the Bombus bee can launch a little honey bomb anywhere on the board. So you place it down, it automatically targets near the beginning of the route, but you can modify where it aims for your own preference. I like to place it dead center in this crossway, and you will see why once we get past the ants in this next round. Oh, this one's coming first, so you'll see it. So a large explosion deals a lot of damage, makes it a lot easier to deal with these big bugs. Let's speed it up again. This is why I wanted 2 ranger bees, because 1 ranger bee is not enough for this round.
Care, as in caution.
Care. I care about my bees. Alright, let's get some more damage going. I want to get another regular bee. I'm going to place him on this part of the crossway, and that should just double the amount of damage that we're dealing. So on top of the explosions, the spike bees, all of that just sort of congregates in this one choke point. And that's how we deal the most damage to the oncoming enemies. So you can see now with that added bee and the Bombus bee, they're just not getting past it. There's just so much damage in that one area.
Toe, as in a part of the body.
Ah, yes, that kind of toe. Thankfully, our streak is increasing, and the general bonus you get per question increases the further into the game you go. So that one mistake I made earlier might not be the end of it. Shielded enemies. Right, this is why we've got the Spike Bee and the Bombus Bee. I should mention the Bombus Bee can also damage shielded enemies. I do need to update this. So shielded enemies can't be damaged by most other units. The shield needs to be removed first before you can deal damage to them. This basically means that shielded enemies have twice the amount of health. And the unit specialized for it is the Spike Bee. We're going to give it an upgrade so that it spikes faster, just to clear out more of that. And we're going to upgrade the Bombus Bee just so it has a larger blast radius. Again, we've got another chest, another common one.
Optician, as in profession.
Ooh, hold on. Thankfully, this was easy mode. Thankfully, this is an easy question. Otherwise, I probably would have gotten that one wrong. Okay, so we got some more nectar. You can see it wasn't that big of an adage. Let's show you the shielded enemies. There you go. The Spike Bee just takes off the armor. And then the rest of the bees deal with it. And the larger explosion meant that that one straggler got caught out. Ah, here we go. One got past. And you can see nothing is damaging it. But then it comes back around to the choke point. And gets dealt with.
Rude, as in bad-mannered.
Rude. How rude of that shielded enemy to get past my choke point. Right, I'm going to give faster sting to this guy. And we should be good for another round of that. Speed it up. Oh, we got a shielded enemy get past the gate. Sorry, get past the choke point. I can't do anything about that. It is going to touch the gate. Thankfully, the gate deals with their armor as well, so they're not
Tree.
perfect.
As in, a plant.
Tree. Okay. Here's the warning again. Bear level 2. It hungers for honey. Now, see, I want more armor removal, methinks. So I shall... I can't place that there, can I? I'm trying to find a little gap. Oh, I saw it. I saw a little gap where I can fit him. Come on, come on, come on. I can do this. A little cheesy, but we can do that. Oh, there you go. That's part of the fun, part of the strategy. Right, next bear. This one's going to go down real easy. We've got loads of damage on the screen now. The spike bees do the most, and bombuses do a massive influx of damage. It's a good old time. They got as far as the first one did. So you can see if we didn't keep increasing our bees,
Practice.
that would have gone a lot
As
further.
in, rehearse.
Okay, hold on a second. There we go. I had to think about that one. New enemy. We got worm. So the worm, kind of like the ant, is designed to get around your defenses, to get around the choke point. The worms literally bury under the choke point. So nothing can attack them until they come out of the ground. We got a bit of money and another chest. I want to move my head for this one.
As in, to creep.
Crawl. Like a worm. Okay, we got another power-up. It's been a while since we got a power-up. We just keep getting heals and some nectar. So enemy slowdown does sort of like the opposite of the unit speed up. So enemies will all be slower than usual for the round. I think we'll be alright for this one, just because it's a smaller round. But we need to deal with the worms. So I want another ranger bee here. That's not the one. I can't afford an upgrade. Alright. So you can see the worm is burrowing, and as soon as it raises up, it gets destroyed. It's a random chance where they end up surfacing. Usually in the same... It's like a range of difference. But they all seem to be choosing the same place to raise their heads.
Necessary. As in, needed.
Okay. That was another one I wasn't too sure about. Especially if I'm in front of a live audience, I'm sort of second guessing my spelling. So I'm going to increase the range for that one, increase the sting speed for that one. We're just going to be boosting our power. So because I've got 3 power-ups here in my inventory, I can't get any more chests. So I should use one of them. The honey bomb is for emergencies only. And I'm going to use enemy slowdown, just because I don't particularly need it, but I would like more chests. So any active power-ups you can see up in the corner next to the round counter. So we've got enemy slowdown, all enemies will be slow for the turn. So you can already see they are sluggish, even more sluggish when they go through the honey.
Impartial. As in, fair.
Impartial. So upcoming, we got some more armor enemies. Should be fine for that. Let's just keep upgrading for now until we run into a problem. Starting to creep past. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Hold on. I just need to make sure these... Okay. We might be alright. I just needed to make sure that the spike bee that I added was able to get rid of the armor that got through. Ooh, they're gonna hit the gate. Yep, they hit the gate. We need...
Apple, as in
apple.
fruit.
We need more armor-busting units. Oh! Hello! Look at that. I'm pointing to it. It's a blue chest. Some good's gonna come out of that.
Infectious, as in easily spread.
Okay. Didn't give me an easy word. We got a bug zapper gate. That's a good one. Bug zapper gate's good. Let's increase the reload speed for the bombus. That should help us deal with the armored enemies. I'm going to turn on the bug zapper and see what happens. If I hadn't lost my streak, I'd probably have a lot more nectar now. I'd have more nectar to spend on upgrades, and you can see there's already guys getting past us. That is bad. Hold on, I can use the bombus for this. Oh no, that's bad, that's bad. Oh no, uh-oh, no. Deal with this. Okay. You can kind of use the bombus as your own little cursor there.
Brief, as in short.
Brief. Good. Okay, streak bonus is strong now. Should be increasing our abilities. Let's give spin attack to this guy. So spin attack is when the spike bee really shines. So beforehand, spike bees can only sting, I think it's about 8 targets around them. When they spin, they can hit 16. So it increases the amount of enemies that they can deal with at a single time. So the more enemies we get, the better that'll be. So you can see now he's spinning. Those 3 ranger bees dealing with those ants. That spin attack is putting in the work.
Kick, as in boot.
Kick. We get a new unit, the Splash Bee. Now, the Splash Bee is kind of like the Honey Bee in that it doesn't really deal damage, but it's more to slow the enemy down. So instead of making them slower, it actually pushes them back a little bit. And now there's a new enemy at the same time, the Bug Boss. So you got big bugs, which have a lot of health. These guys also have a lot of health. But when they're defeated, more bugs come out of them. Literally a bus full of bugs. Thankfully, we've got the nectar to put down a Splash Bee. Splash Bees are very useful at getting units to stay within the choke point. So we want it to be sort of around here. Let's say, yeah, around there makes sense. Just drop it there. So what will happen then, it'll splash some enemies and push them back into the area where they're most likely to get hit. Gonna give it an upgrade straight out of the gate, and let's see what happens. Slow down. So this round has 3 bug buses. Immediately you see that one explode, and more bugs just come straight out of it. Fairly easy to deal with if you defeat them this quickly. But if you let them get anywhere near the gate, you're not going to be able to deal with them. The the bug levels are starting to get up. Like, we're on bug level 4, and there was some level 5s in the last round. And there's some level 2 worms heading towards the gate. Hopefully the rangers will pick up on that. There we go. That one's a little bit out of range. Pow. There we go. Easy. Easy peasy.
Necessary. As in, needed.
Okay. So we got another chest.
Bright. As in, smart.
Spike trap. Spike trap. So this is one that is higher rarity. So it is kind of rare that we got it from a smaller chest. But it is a very good upgrade. So spike traps, once activated... Hold on, let me move my head so you can see me clicking it. So spike trap. Once you engage it, spikes show up all over the path. And any bugs unlucky enough to step on them get dealt a high amount of damage. So what should we upgrade? I want to start giving sharper sting to things, and we're very close to that. So I'm going to save my nectar for a bit. So these guys are stepping on the spike traps. That'll make it a lot easier to deal with them. The splash bee is pushing them back, so they take more damage. We now have enough to upgrade to sharper stings. Sharper stings on the bee allows them to attack through armor. It also increases their general attack power. Which is why as soon as I upgraded, you saw the whole thing just get pushed back.
Conferring. As in, discussing.
That's one extra R. You can check the stats of any unit by clicking on them. So this is now a fully upgraded bee. And you can see up in the corner here, it's probably a bit too small for your screen at the moment, but up in the corner you can see the stars next to them that represent their proficiency. So bees do pretty much the least amount of damage. They'll do 1 HP of damage whenever they attack. 2 HP of damage. It is an upgrade, so the star is blue. That sort of shows that that is something you've added on to its abilities. Speed also has been increased. Its range is on the lower end. If we compare that, for instance, to the Ranger Bee, it comes with 2 points of attack. It doesn't do 2 damage, but its value as an attacker is increased because it's able to attack ants. The speed is slower, much slower. You can see if we go back to the bee that the speed on the bee is very high. That's its specialty, is its speed. But the range is the specialty on the Ranger Bee. Anyways, we got some money. Let's spend it on an upgrade for the honeybee. The honeybee's been sat there doing its job this whole time. Let's get it something nice. So its final upgrade is corrosive honey, another ability that lets us deal with shielded enemies. So the regular bee gets the ability to attack shielded enemies, and the honeybee gets the ability to corrode the shield. So it doesn't deal direct damage to shielded enemies, but if a shielded enemy gets slowed down, it will slowly lose its armor. So let's give it that upgrade. Even though there's no shielded enemies in this round. Whoops. It's all fine. We've already got a level 2 bug bus, which has now created a large swarm of bugs. Bombus putting in the work. They're getting past, but we've got spike traps. That'll deal with them. There we go, spike trap just annihilated that one that got past. I'm going to upgrade the spike bee to give it spin attack, just to deal with this line of enemies that are just about to break through. Perfect. So most of the spike traps have been used up, but the rest of them are there to protect the gate mostly.
Brief. As in, short.
Okay, so we are in a good part of the game now. You might have noticed how much nectar we got just from that one round. You get nectar when you defeat enemies. You also get nectar whenever you answer the questions. The questions and the streaks, those give the most nectar. So just playing the game isn't enough to get far into the game. You need to be able to do your spelling. So hopefully the game is encouraging people to pay attention to their spelling. Now the question is, what do we spend this on? The ranger bees haven't really been given much, so I'm going to increase the reload speed for these two. They will just start firing faster now and just be more useful. Let's increase the game speed so we know how all this works. The bug buses create more bugs. The worms are trying to get past. The worms will hit spikes underground as well, so that deals with the worms.
Rude. As in, bad-mannered.
That streak is very big now. We're starting each round with about 800 nectar, which is unheard of earlier on in the game. Woohoo! Speaking of unheard of, you ever seen a shielded bear? Well, the last bear we had was level 2, but now it's shielded bear level 2. It hungers for honey. Let me take a drink here. New chest. Big
Couldn't.
chest.
As in, was unable to. Couldn't.
Couldn't.
As in, was unable to.
Could not. Attack damage up. Right. New power up. That one does what it says on the box. Every unit does one extra HP of damage to units. To enemies, sorry. Very powerful. I think probably powerful enough to use on the bear. So let's enable it. Again, once you use a power up, it shows up next to the round counter there. Any last minute adjustments we can make? Let's give Sharp a sting here. So now we've got 5 units that can directly damage shielded enemies and 1 that deals corrosive damage to them. I think we are ready for anything that's shielded now. Let's get it going. Oh, and it on fast mode. So the yellow bar shows its shield. And that's going down real quick now. Because we did the right upgrades. And the rest of it... How? And we also had the damage increase upgrade. We used that for this turn.
As in, refer to.
Mention. But the enemies just keep coming back with some new tricks. We got fiery enemies. These enemies are literally on fire. So if any bees try to sting them, they'll get burnt, which slows down how often they can sting. Thankfully, we've got our friend, the Splash Bee. The Splash Bee can actually deal damage to fiery enemies. So I'm going to increase its reload speed so it just does a bit more damage to them. And let's increase the reload speed for this last ranger. Slow this down a bit. So you can see these are fiery red enemies. Well, it doesn't help that the enemies were already red. It's complementary to the flames coming off of them. It's a bit more obvious with the ants that are coming through. You might also notice that the regular bees are slowing down because they're trying to sting fire. But when enemies are on fire, they will move faster and they'll also deal more damage to the gate once they reach there.
Fizzing. As in, making a sound.
Fizzing, very good. So that was a smaller round, just an introductory round to fire enemies, so we didn't get that much nectar from it. Let's increase our damage output. I think we need another regular bee out here just to deal with this choke point. Let's get it started with a faster sting, and let's get going. Our damage output has been decreased because of the fire, so these guys will get further than they usually do. So thankfully with the extra firepower of the new bee, we sort of make up for that loss. this up.
Re-explain. As in,
Excuse
to
me?
explain again.
Ooh, okay. Re-explain.
Re-explain. As in, to explain again.
I don't know if this is a hyphenated word. I might just ruin everything. I'm going to assume this is a hyphenated word.
Re-explain.
Yes!
As in,
yes,
to
we
explain
did it!
again.
Smarty pants me. And we got a chest from that.
Financially. As in, economically.
Wait. Okay. Got another bug zapper gate. Perfect. Let's chuck down another bombus. I think we have enough nectar now that we can justify that. So when you got two bombuses together, it's good to space out their targets so they're not firing at the same time. If you fire at the same time, defeat the same bugs at the same time, you're sort of wasting ammo. So if you spread their targets out a little bit, you should be able to hit one once and then hit the next one again. Follow on the attack. Keep the momentum going. We're just going to give it a upgrade out of the bat. And it's going to be very important for this one because we've got five. We've got 5 fiery bug buses. Starts off with just the one. And then the rest of them just come flying out of the gate. It's kind of hard to keep track of all of them, but thankfully the bombuses kept that nice and tight.
Brief. As in, short.
I was a bit too hasty there. Right, let's upgrade this bee. Give it a sweeping sting. Yeah, we reached round 35. The game can go on. The game can basically go on ad nauseum. I'm not sure what the highest score we've had so far is. I'd like to think by now players have gotten to round 100. It is possible. Once you get past round 60, the enemies just become harder and harder automatically. Every round up until then is handcrafted for unlocks and such, but after that it just becomes progressively harder until it's supposed to get too hard that you cannot progress.
Re-explain. As in, to explain again.
Yeah, re-explain. I got your number. I know what you are now. Sharper spikes. Now, this does more damage. So it does multiple targets of damage with an increased output of damage. But yes, the game continues on like this. You can see that there are 4 more units for us to unlock. So far you've seen, I think, all but one enemy type. 2 enemy types. There's icy enemies and there's aggro enemies. Aggro enemies are just much faster, much more powerful, harder to deal with.
Practice. As in, rehearse.
Oh, there we go. There's one of our unlocks right now. The Pepper Bee. So we have the bugs have a fiery version of themselves. The bees should too. So the bees get the Pepper Bee. The Pepper Bee can burn bugs and leave a lasting burn on them.
Small. As in, little.
Get enough nectar to upgrade it. So for anybody watching, I want to let you know I will, in about 10 minutes, I will continue playing, but this is a Q&A, and the floor has been open since the beginning for questions. So if anyone has any questions about the game, probably now is the best time to get into it before we start winding down in the next 10 minutes. Now we have shielded bug buses. Shielded bug buses just take longer to deal with. It's all a bit hectic at the moment. There are all sorts of enemies flying around. There's shielded worms now. Shielded worms. I need to deal with this. Oop, they have touched the gate. That is not good.
Tree. As in, a plant.
Tree. Let's move that back here. upgrade that. Put another splash bee here, just to push things back a little further. Yeah, so if I hold down this button, we just go crazy fast. We did not have enough output to deal with those.
As in, comprehensive.
Sorry, what was that?
Thorough. As in, comprehensive. Thorough. As in, comprehensive.
I probably should have stopped to mention we had shielded ants there, and you're thinking, how are you supposed to deal with shielded ants? You need piercing sting on the ranger bees. You need a fully upgraded ranger bee, which I have neglected to do. That was just a warning, though. That round was just a warning that you need to deal with that. So I'm going to purchase that upgrade now. Cool, cool. So putting that spike bee at the end did save us from that worm.
As in, taken.
What was that?
Caught. As in, taken. Caught. As in, taken.
I got another chest.
Scenery. As in, surroundings.
Scenery. More nectar. Perfect. Let's increase blast burn here. And upgrade this splash. Oh, very strong, very strong. Are we gonna be okay? Is the question. They touched the gate. Oh no! Oh no! We've still got more health than we started with.
Infectious, as in easily spread.
So we're okay. So the last bear that we had was a shielded bear level 2. What if we ramp that up a bit? What if we had a fiery shielded bear level 3, the sharp clawed catastrophe? We might be in trouble if we don't pay attention to what we're doing here. So let's do sharper spikes here. Oh, that's the only thing I can upgrade. We might be alright. We got 2 splash bees able to push it back, and that's the important. You can see how much that pushback is keeping it in the same place, stopping it from reaching the gate. Ooh, but I am starting to get concerned. That armor is sticking around. But we do have the honey bomb, if we get in trouble. Might need to use the honey bomb. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Let me show you how much damage it does in one punch. 100 damage. I'm popping it. I let it hit once, and because it's on fire, it does a lot of damage. It did 101 punch. Crazy. Also, I'm being told, when I mentioned level 100 earlier, I am being told by a coworker that only 8 players have reached past level 100, not including myself. Only 8. So you can see how difficult this game gets. Let's see if we can heal.
Terrible. As in,
it was terrible.
Awful.
Incoming ice enemies. So we got fire enemies. Logically, we need ice enemies. We don't need them, but that's why we get the Pepper Bee to deal with those ice enemies. So we're going to upgrade it for a longer burn. So I didn't explain the Pepper Bee all that great. So the Pepper Bee leaves a lasting burn that just does extra damage, similar to how the corrosive honey works. It just deals extra damage over time, and that can really help with the positioning here right at the beginning. So you get that hit in, it does some extra little bit of damage before it hits your main units. And you can see the ice enemies have ice shielding around them. It's not as powerful as metal shielding, but it does give them some extra hits. It increases their maximum HP. Those ants are getting through. Cool.
Dominancy. As in
What?
dominance.
Okay. I was worried there. New chest.
Why? As in reason.
Good question. Enemy slowdown. Let's use that. And upgrade Sharp Sting here. We don't really need that, but we're doing good. We're doing good. Let's add another general attacking bee as well. So now we've got a mix of fire and ice enemies. So fire enemies, they slow down your attackers when they sting them. Ice enemies just take longer to defeat.
Thorough. As in comprehensive.
Oh, was that thorough? Cool. Okay, so I'm going to start wrapping up. We've hit the hour mark from the start of the stream. I hope this has been helpful to anyone who was curious about what Besieged is, or anyone who wanted to know more about the strategy of it. I'm going to hang on for 5 more minutes. If anyone has any questions, anything they want to ask about the game, feel free to do so now, but I will be wrapping up very soon. I am also not paying attention. I need more ranger bees.
Bear. As in empty.
Oh, wrong bear. I've got the other bear on the brain because of this thing. Yeah, I can just do that. You can tell I'm eager at this point. You can tell I'm eager because it's like home time. But that's fine. I'm enjoying this. Oh yeah, that ranger bee's put in the well. Let's buy another one.
Injection. As in jab. Hopeless. As in without hope.
New power-up, Iron Stinger. So this power-up just lets any of your units deal with shielded enemies. It's good to keep that one for a bear encounter, because all the future bear encounters either get shielded or just very difficult to deal with. Let's upgrade that guy. Throw down another bee. At this point, we're just sort of loading the board up with more attackers. We're getting so much nectar each turn that it is just a matter of damage output. Because the oncoming enemies have a lot of damage to deal. You see, we lost 72 damage that round because we were attacked by elemental bugs. Big elemental bugs that had no damage taken away from them.
Circumference. As in distance around the outer edge of a circle.
So where there's ice bugs, there's ice bees. We got a freeze bee. It's the counterpart to the pepper bee. It slows down enemies, which also stacks with the slowdown from the honeybee. So if you have those paired together, it makes enemies a lot slower. The pepper bee and the ice bee, they also do extra damage to their counterparts. So for instance, pepper bees will do more damage to icy enemies, and freeze bees will do more damage to fiery enemies. This round is all... what level is this? All level 5 bugs. Oof, the worms are getting too close for comfort there. I need more defenses this way.
Terrible. As in awful.
Okay, I'm going to start winding up. I'm going to stop upgrading, and I'm just going to let the game take its course. Just to show you how the game ends. If we can end it.
Again. As
Again?
in repeated.
Perfect. Oh, new chest.
Multiracial, as in, having many races.
More attack speed, please. Pow! There we go. Speed up, speed up, speed up. See, even when I'm trying to lose, I can't. Just too good at the game.
Tied, as in, laced.
I should have waited. I should have waited. Oh, that's fine. That was the streak. The whole streak is gone. The whole streak, it's over now. It's over.
Impartial, as in, fair.
So we had a fiery shielded bear level 3. Now we got an icy shielded bear level 4. So ice adds HP on top of the shield. I think we're going to be in trouble with this one. You know what? Let's use the iron stinger. So now everything can deal damage to it. Speed up, speed up, speed up. I think we're alright. Yeah, the iron stinger made all the difference in that one.
Suppose, as in, assume.
Look at that. Because we reach round 51, we unlock a very special unit, the Royal Guard. And we also get introduced to aggro enemies. The Royal Guard sits by the gate. What am I doing? I'm supposed to be wrapping up, but I'm just having too much fun. I just want to show you the Royal Guard. These guys deal so much damage.
Stars, as in, lights in the sky.
Another Iron Stinger, we'll save that. How far can we go?
Care, as in, caution.
How far can we go?
Surprise, as in, shock.
That one is totally on me. That is totally on me. No, wait, I know how to spell that. That was a mistake. There it is, there it is, there it is. Pow! And it's game over. We did not catch up with the enemy at all. So, the gate got destroyed. It reached 0 health and it blew up. And that is the end of the game. I only got so far because I'm that good at spelling. But it did take a while for our first players to even get this far. But as a reward, you get to keep all of the units that you unlocked up until now. So the next time you play, you'll be able to play with the Bombus, the Pepper Bee, the Royal Guard. You'll be able to play with all those unlocked from the start, making it a bit easier the second time around. So we get stats. We defeated 2,977 enemies. That is a lot of enemies. But that is Besieged. The high score is saved. Maybe I'll do better next time. Who knows? Well, I've done a lot better. Like I said, I have reached I've reached level 100. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Anyone who's tuned in to check out Besieged, anyone who's interested in how the game works, any strategies, just wanted to see what is up with Spelling Shed, you can check out spellingshed.com or edshed.com for more information on the games, the product, the curriculum. It's a whole package. If you're already a Spelling Shed school, you will find Besieged on the Spelling Shed menu, ready to play as part of your subscription. Any questions, please contact EdShed support. There's plenty of opportunities for training sessions and other webinars happening. All information about that can be found on edshed.com. With that, I'd like to thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy Besieged. Take care.